The next step now is for us to place our columns onto the exterior pavement. We'd like to place our columns somewhere around here. To do that, we'll need to extend the exterior pavement to cover up the space where we'll place our columns on. To do that, select the exterior pavement, click on the edge, and then select offset edge from the pet palette and type in 3.05. Hit enter. So that stretches the exterior pavement to give us more room to place our columns on. We will now place our columns. In order to place our columns, we need to define the place where the columns will be. We'll use the guidelines to do that. Pick up a guideline and place it on the site boundary. This is the site boundary, if you can remember. Place it there. Now pick up the guideline and move it 6.875 meters to the right. Hit enter. Pick up another guideline. Place it at the horizontal lower edge of the exterior pavement. Pick it up again and move it 0.6 meters up. We're just trying to create the intersection at the point where we will place the first column. Let's also find where we'll place the last column. Pick up a guideline, place it on the edge of the exterior pavement, move the guideline at a distance 0.75 meters, hit enter. So now we found the 2 points where we'll place our columns. Now if we have just 2 columns, we just place the first one here, place the second one here, but we need to place 4 columns, so we need to find the places for this one. Before we do that, let's set out the features or the characteristics of the column we'll be using. So activate the column tool by double clicking on it. It opens up its properties or settings, and then fill out the options as follows. We don't want it to be linked, so it's not linked. The structure will be rectangular. The size we want to be 0.2. Material, timber structure is fine. Change the height here to 3.15 and want it to start below the to have a connection with the column with the foundation. So put in minus 0.05. Home story is ground floor. Anchor point, we want it to be anchored back at the center so that you can rhyme with the intersection that we have created. Leave everything as it is and go down to classification and properties. For ID, call it column 001. It is a load bearing element. It is exterior because it's outside the building. And for layers, we want it to be structural bearing, and then we just say OK. So now we place the 2 guidelines that would help us place our columns. So what we'll do, we just place the first column right at the center or at the intersection of the 2 guidelines, and that's the first column. Now we need to place 3 more columns, one here, and one at the end. An easier way to do this is hit escape to deactivate the column. Click on the column and then click on one of the nodes to bring up the pet palette and choose multiply. Now when you choose multiply, in the multiply drop box, choose drag, distribute -1, and then for copies, we want 3 more copies, so type in 3 and then click OK. So now you'll see the plus sign appears next to the pickup tool, showing that it's in a copy mode. So I want you to click at the center point of the first column. Now when you stretch it out, you can see there are 3 columns that have been produced. Take it and place it at the second intersection points that we created and click. So now we have the 4 columns that we need. Hit escape to deactivate anything that we've activated before. Now pick up your guidelines and dispose your guidelines. I always like to dispose my guidelines because so that I can have something that looks really good and a neat environment to work on. Okay, so this is how your drawing is meant to look. Delete any dimensions you have so you can have a clean slate. Let's check out our columns on in 3D. Yeah, perfect. So this is how it should look in 3D. Turn it round and round and round, and this is how your building should look. Awesome.